You are going to see fragments from the Thinking Approach lesson on the creative grammar technology with Year 7 learners. The students are 13-14 years old and they have worked with the TA for 2.5 years. The lesson is conducted by an experienced TA teacher who has worked with the approach for 7 years. During the previous lessons, the learners developed their own grammar models to refer to present and past in English. This lesson is aimed at helping learners to practice the application of their grammar models and introduce any relevant improvements. This is an open lesson, therefore you will see many fellow teachers present. As many teachers wish to see the lesson, the class was divided into 2 parts having lessons in different rooms. This explains why so few pupils are present.
This is our grammars. And while we are waiting for the second word to come, will you please prepare your models? Good. So, we have been working on different verb forms, on different times for pretty long. And as a result, we have these models in front of you. My question is, what for? Why have we spent so much time on that? What for? Do you think we need these models or we don't need these models? If we need them, what for? If no, then why? What do you think? You don't have anything to say or you are afraid to speak? Yeah, what do you think? Do we need it or we don't need it? Why? Don't worry, speak out. What for? Rish, relax. Oi.
I think we don't need it for now because in our models we have only general description of verb forms and we need to describe verb forms more exact.
More exact. Do you mean that we don't need it at all and we didn't need it in the past? Or do you mean that we have to improve it? So what do you mean? That we don't need them or we need to improve them? You don't know. You don't know. Daddy, what do you think?
We need it for choosing the right verb form.
We needed to choose the right verb form. Do you agree, Philip?
Yes.
With whom do you agree? Do you agree with
Dasha.
With Dasha? Why?
Because this model helps to make
Correctly.
correctly from
Verb form.
yes.
To choose the correct verb form. Well, what do you think? Do we need this model or we don't need this model?
No, we need this form because this form help me choose verb.
To choose the correct form of the verb,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Right. So, Irina, what do you think? Can you say?
No, I think
You agree with Daria? Good. But do you mean that we need to do something with this model so that it becomes better and more helpful for us, right? One of the things we do usually with these forms, and we check it, and we have checked it several times, and what I want you to do, I want you now, having your this exercise, work with it, and see how you can use this model to explain the verb forms used in sentences. Do you understand the task?
Yes.
Good. Okay, let's see what you have. So who has found some verb in the first sentence? Philip, have you? Can you come and underline? Okay.
No.
The features of this one.
No, I think it is time very fast.
Okay.
First, whole. And
Specified. Okay, specified. Put down specified. What about the doer? Subject or not subject? Not subject. So where is the subject? Can you find the subject? Who does the action? So it's subject. Put down subject. So do you have any questions to this description? Put down, put down. Do you agree? Do you have some questions to this description? Think about it. Do you agree? Yes, Dasha.
Why is it past? What's action? What's in the past?
In your situation, it is also pre-past. You, what do you have? Do you have?
Text, it is past.
No, I mean, so your question is why it is pre-past, where is past here? Is it your question? Okay, who can answer the question? Who can answer?
I know where it's past,
But
it must be in the
you mean it should be in the description. So you should put down, okay, if you put down pre-past, it means that you should put down here the past. As Olga, for example, has written before speaking. I have a question about specified. Do you agree that the time is specified? Do you agree that the time of the action is specified? Philip, where is the specification? Can you tell me?
We haven't specification.
Hmm?
We haven't specification.
We don't have specification. Does everybody agree that we don't have specification? Does everybody agree that we don't have specification? What does it mean? 5 long weeks. What this? What does it mean? What does it mean, these 5 long weeks? Is it in general without any specification, or do we have still some? So we have a period. Which period? From
flowers,
which past?
flowers,
Which past? From which past? 5 weeks. Pre-past. So what period do we have? If we draw it. So if we draw it here. So that is a story is being told, right? So that is Harry in summer. Where are 5 weeks? Where are 5 weeks? Harry in summer, what time is it? This one, past, okay. Where are these 5 weeks? Before where? So this somehow is 5 weeks. And so the period is from this period, from past to pre-past. So it is specified, right? But there is a very specific specification. The period from pre-past to past. Does everybody understand why pre-past is used here? Why had is used here? Do you understand? Okay, let's speak next. So what about next verb? Can you tell me which is the next verb? Was turning. I'm afraid to underline it. Somehow blue works better. Was turning. Can you describe the action? Tell, just speak from you.
time is past, vision, the part, the subject.
And subject the doer. Who doesn't agree? Who doesn't agree? Why vision is part? Why is the vision part? Well,
Because it's process.
it's a process, it's not finished yet, it's not completed. Okay, let's work with another one. What do we have here, Dasha? Which verb did you have here?
Finished.
Finished, okay. How would you describe it?
It is past,
Past and whole and subject is the doer. That is why we have which form? Tell me please the form. Why, which verb is here?
Was nearly.
Was nearly, right?
This is past time, vision part, and doer subject.
That is why we have this form.
Yes.
So again, it is a part of the action, and it is a part of the action. Build something else. Now, another thing which we can do with our model, by the way, we can build from the descriptions, we can build a verb form. Do you agree? That if we know a description, if we know a situation, if we can describe the situation, we can build a form. Let's do it. Okay. Here you have the description. Can you give me the form? So you time past, vision, doer, and subject. Vision part, I'm sorry, and doer. Okay? Okay. Right. Okay, thank you, thank you. Does everybody agree? Do you have the same? Do you have the same? Daria doesn't have the same. Philip, what about you? Do you have the same? You have the same?
No, it doesn't.
You don't have the same? You don't have the same. Okay, well, can you show me in your model the description? So we have what? Past, past. We have past, part,
Subject.
and subject. Are you sure that it is past? Are you sure that have is past? Have. The verb have. Is it past? Why?
No.
Have is
No.
now, it's present. So is it
Yes.
past?
No.
So it's something wrong with your model.
Yes.
So is it past time if we have have? We will go and correct. What is it? Is it?
Present.
And,
Present.
and,
Past.
present, and past.
Yes.
Agree?
Yes.
So correct, please. What do you have? Thank you very much. Who has a different one? Who disagrees? Philip, do you have the same?
Yes, I have.
Daniel. And the last one. And the last one. Ready? Ready? There you go. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mariusz, well, do you see that we have past and now? They both are here. That is why it is. Does somebody have a different form? The same. Now the last thing, the last task. Please think of your form. Daria has thought. Can you speak up so that everybody can hear? So we play guess the form. So Daria, speak. What form do you think?
Time is pre-past, vision whole, and subject
So what form was it? Pre-past, whole, do you?
had passport free.
Okay. Are you ready with your example?
Only to subject.
You have the same. Yes, you do.
Time future, vision whole, subject do.
Okay. Time, future, vision, whole, subject, doer. What is it? Dash?
Will plus
Will plus?
verb.
Will plus verb, right? Get. Philip, what do you have?
Time present, vision part, and subject doer.
Present, part, and doer. Yes.
Is a noun plus
Is a not plus verb 3. Do you think that these forms which you have in your model are the only possible? Do you think that there might exist some other verb forms? What do you think? Philip, what do you think? Are they only these verb forms and no others?
No, we have others.
You think that there are others?
We can combine these.
Speak up, don't be afraid so that I don't have to repeat.
No, we can combine this form and make a new verb.
So we can combine these forms and make new forms. Or we can combine some description.
Yes.
Yeah, so what you have in your model, so make different combination and possibly come up to a new form. And now there is a task for you. If you look next, the next exercise, there is a text. Will you please find a new form which you don't have in your model and try to describe and explain how this form appeared and what it means. Yes, Mr. Muller. Have you found a new form? What is? Now inquire. Had been. Okay, had been standing. That is a new form. Can you describe what action does it mean? What can be potentially an action here? Why had been standing? Think. Yes, Daniel.
It is specified action in pre-past.
It is specified action in pre-past. Okay, but if you remember, when we spoke about the very first, about 5 weeks, for the last 5 weeks, it was specified pre-past and the form was had. Do you remember? Do you want me to show? We spoke in the very beginning, if you remember. He had for 5 long weeks, it is specified. What about here? Well, pardon?
Subject object.
You think that subject is not doing, where, not the doer. Where is the subject? He. To stand начать стоять. Стоять, он стоял. What does this mean? So, what is the time of the action? What do you think? It is pre-past. Do you agree that it is pre-past?
Yes.
According to the form, we have pre-past. Okay, what other features do we have? What about the doer? Irina considers that he is not the doer. Oля, do you agree with Irina that he is not the doer?
No, because he
Stood somehow himself. Yes, so he is the doer. So what other parameter do we have?
specification.
Specification is about time. What other another parameter do we have? Look at your model. What other paragraph? Vision, yes. Okay, we have vision, part or whole. What do you think is here? What is? Do you think it is part? Do you think it is part? Why? What shows us that it is part? Be standing. Be standing. Now let's look at the context. Do you understand the context? So he remembered, right?
Yes.
He remembered, right? He remembered at the moment when the story is going, so in the past, that something happened when he first saw this person. His very first meeting, there was some first meeting. If this is past, agree? Agree? And that was the first meeting. And what does this form mean? What happened there at this first meeting? He? Yes? Yes, so the action was not completed. That the action was not completed, so the action continued. It was a process. It is described in a certain moment when the person, that is specification which he meant, Dasha. That during the first meeting, did you this? Is it the specification which you meant? Об этом specification ты говорила? Или нет? Okay, about this. And he was standing there, right? Right?
Yes.
Right? So it is past. It is pre-past, unfinished, a part. Will you please add to your model a new form and a new description to the form? Please, what have you learned during today's lesson? What have you learned? 2 new verb forms, right?
New work.
Which ones?
Had been plus working have been plus working.
Okay, what questions do you still have? Will you please put down here one question after the lesson? Put down here one question which you still have or doubt or disagree or haven't heard the answer to. Here, put down one question and put down the name. Put down one question, really.